Hello, everybody. Hope you're having a wonderful day and welcome and thank you for being here. Hope everyone is off to a fantastic Saturday. My goodness. We're going to have some fun summer crafting today. I promise you that. And so I'm really excited to get into it. We've got S. Croft here and Barbara, and we've got Judy. Hello, friends. Thanks for being here from Haynesville, Illinois. Yay for Illinois friends. I did not put my microphone on today, unfortunately. So let's hope everything goes okay with our mics. I'll just have to remember to double check. Hello, Barbara. And hello, Mary. And we've got Jackie. Hello. Thanks for being here. Hope everyone's having a great day. I've got everything that we're going to be using today linked in the description below. Ooh, we've got a cloudy day in Oregon. It's a little, you know what? It's a little cloudy here too. It's not super sunny out, so that's okay. Oh, Judy, good. I'm glad I sound fine. Yay. I was, it's always something. And I was like, ooh, I was like, as like 1 minute before on the countdown, I was like, oh, I'm not wearing my mic pack. I'm like, shoot. And so I was going to struggle to get it on. And then I'm like, you know what? We're just going to let it be and we're going to roll with it. So thank you all for being here and for spending some of your Saturday with me. I am so excited. We've got some brand new product from Pretty Pink Posh that we're going to be using today. Some of my favorites. Some that I've gotten a chance to play with and some not. So we're just going to have some fun with it. And I think that'll be great. Who doesn't love a little bit of cocktail inspiration? Hello and hola, Maria. Hello, Kristen. All right, let's talk about some business first before we get into crafting, because I've got two important announcements. First and foremost, I didn't know if you guys have seen yet, but Scrapbook and Cards Today did announce their Halloween Wishes card making event for September 19th. And I am on it. So I am one of the 4 instructors. Me, Megan, and Kathy Zilski will be doing card making classes. And then Jennifer McGuire will be there as a special guest as sort of, I forgot what it's specifically called, but she's going to be doing a video at the end showing you how you can essentially mix and match different products. And I think that's really fun. So I would love if you guys wanted to join us for that on September 19th. Like I said, the description for that event is in the comments down below. You're going to get a bunch of product for this event. I know it comes with quite a large stamp set and quite a bit of coordinating dies. And then you're going to get to, of course, be part of the live event and create along with us. So I think it's going to be super fun. If anybody has already registered, be sure to let me know. I'd love to know who's going to be there, or if you guys plan on wanting to join, that's also great. So yeah, I think registration closes next month. So you've got a little bit of time, but be sure to do it. It's always better to do it sooner than later, just so you can make sure to secure your spot. Barbara, I love my Halloween crafting too, absolutely. And I do have a second card making event, and I don't know if you guys have seen this. This one has also been announced just 2 days ago if you're in the fan club, but Kindred Stamps just had their release for June yesterday, and part of the release is that we have a new kit class. We haven't done a kit class in a little bit of time, but I'm teaching a brand new kit class using the Spot On stamp set. The Spot, and it also comes with a layered leopard print stencil. This is a little different. This is a pre-recorded class, so you'll get the class link and a supply list emailed to you, and you'll be able to craft along at your own convenience for this. This is a lot of fun. I used a lot of neon inspiration. I show some fun Copic marker techniques for how to color up the leopard, and then we do some really fun ink blending techniques and texture techniques to make that layered leopard background. So make sure to check this out. It is $29. That's going to include all the product along with the supply list and access to the class video. So I have that linked down below as well if you're interested. If you love those neon animals, this is definitely going to be a class that you're not going to want to miss out on. So all right, let's talk. I'm going to move my keyboard. Let's talk about what we're making today. So Pretty Pink Posh just had their release, came out, I believe it was at the very early, I think it was early this week technically is when it was. I think it was the 5th, no, maybe it was a little bit, maybe it was last week. But the Pretty Pink Posh is here. We had a whole week full of inspiration. You know, I believe the new release might have been last week now that I'm thinking about it, because that's when my shaker video went live on YouTube. So the Pretty Pink Posh release has been here for a little bit over a week, and if you haven't yet, they have some really fun summery projects and products that you can use to make some really fun cards. And I haven't had a chance yet to play with the Summer Cocktails die set, and I knew that's what I wanted to use for today's card. So we are going to get into some summer cocktail card making, and you know what? It's going to be all about margaritas today. So I am going to switch you down to my overhead camera. There we go. It looks just a little crooked. Maybe I knocked it slightly. There we go. All right, let's see. There we go. We are good and we are here. So let me make sure mic is good. Let's take a drink of water. Oh, gotta have that Yeti with that water. All right, actually it's a Stanley cup. So I've got my stack and sort tray with the silicone liner for us to use. We are going to use, this is called, I believe it's a Sunburst cover die. This might not have been in the links below, but I'll make sure it gets added if it isn't. This is the Sunburst Pierce Plate. Jennifer, absolutely you should get a cocktail. And as Pretty Pink Posh, it's just so much fun. So I'm glad you've been having, you love it too. So we're going to use this Sunburst cover plate as our background. And we are going to stack up these little margaritas and do some fun techniques with them with some ink blending. And we're going to use a little bit of glitter too to really make them pop. So let's start working on our different cocktails. And I think I need to get a grit mat out. Let's get my scrapbook.com grit mat. Get that all ready to go. Just a little bit of extra security as we're blending. Lay that down just right here. And a little bit further down this way. Perfect. So we're going to take my acetate layer off. And let's start, put those off to the side. Let's blend up our little glasses. I want to do that first. So we're going to take, we're going to make 3 different margaritas. And I've got the little glasses ready to go. And I've die cut these from Favorite White Cardstock from Catherine Pooler. And we're going to do just a very small amount of ink blending with these, just to kind of give it that sea glass sort of coloring. So I'm going to go in with just a little bit of this Oh Boy coloring. Let's see what we're going to do. I'm going to take my small Simon Hurley blending brush. And Emily, no big deal for being late. Thanks for being here. So we're just going to kind of go in with this Oh Boy ink. And I'm just going to kind of blend it around the edges. And the truth is, you're really going to only see it towards like the top of the glass, the stem, and the bottom. I don't know if we call it the foot or not, but you know what I mean. So we're just going to kind of lightly go in and blend this. And we're going to definitely cover some of it up as well, because we're going to do a little bit of die cut layering. All right, so just kind of go in just like that. All right, so just keep on blending. I think that this set is really fun. These die cuts are not like the biggest. They're kind of on the smaller side. I would say, looking at my grid, they're about maybe 2 inches tall. So you definitely can have some fun with them. We're going to do some fun stacking today. Just kind of give a sort of whimsical sort of fiesta feel using these margarita glasses. I think that'll be a lot of fun. Hello. Oh, Marisha, thanks for stopping by. And you went live today and I totally missed it. I know you understand this probably to some extent, but I'm going to assume you're more organized than me. It was like a last minute mad dash to get everything ready for my live stream. And I was like totally forgetting everything else going on in my life. It's just how it is. But thank you for being here. So we're just going to kind of keep blending. Just kind of giving them that glassy sort of blue. Just like that. Perfect. All right, so I've got that. It might be about what I'm using with my Oh Boy ink. And then we're going to go in and let's do our actual margaritas themselves. So I have done, this was my thought, because 2 of them are very much like margarita flavors that I know exist, and that's just traditional lime and then strawberry margaritas. But I didn't really know what I wanted to do for my third flavor based on the little fruit shapes that are included. So I decided to go with an orange margarita. Do those exist? Sure. And we're going to go with it. So it's going to be lots of fun. And thank you for your understanding, Marsha. I totally appreciate it. I promise I will catch soon. Oh, you're still making cards with the bug bundle. The bug bundle, Barb, is so cute. So I don't blame you for still needing to work through that. So what we're going to do is we're going to make our strawberry, our lime, and our orange margarita. And I've got 3 different colors for that. Let's start with some party dress. And we're going to go in. Now, I'm using some Catherine Pooler cardstocks. This is cotton candy cardstock, and I'm using party dress ink. And we're going to blend from the bottom up, because I don't want it to be super harsh with how these lines look. So I'm just kind of going in and softly blending. And sometimes with any grip mat, that your items will just kind of lightly come undone. And so you find that you might have to kind of hold it down with your fingers or whatnot. And that is a-okay. But I think that this is a really fun looking margarita. My goodness, sign me up. I am ready for cocktails. All right, so we've got one done. Now let's move on to our lime margarita. And I think part of the reason why the ink on that was so heavy is because I refilled my party dress ink recently. So my goodness. And then we're going to grab a craft towel just to kind of minimize any issues on my end. And let's see. Oh, mango. Judy figured it out. It's mango, and it's going to be a mango margarita, but with an orange wedge. There we go. That's exactly what it's going to be. Oh my goodness. Thank you for the suggestion. Because I'm looking at like orange margarita. I'm like, that doesn't sound right. I'm like, but I want to use orange today. All right, we're going to go in next with some lime Rickey. And just sort of blend from the bottom up. See, this one I inked a while ago, so the ink is kind of seeped into the pad more. I'm not getting like really harsh lines, but we're still definitely getting that ombre. So we're just going to kind of keep adding. Just like that. All right, super fun. Mango margarita. How could I forget that? Because mango is often a flavor choice of my husband when we go and get beverages. He loves a good mango margarita, and I just totally slipped my mind. I never order them. Mango and flavor. I order margaritas all the time. They are typically my cocktail of choice. Next, we're going to go in. Let me see. Got my little ink carousel. Let's go in and do some orange twists. Maybe Catherine Pooler needs like a mango ink color, because I think mango has a little bit more pink to it. I don't know. I like the Catherine Pooler ink names. They're so fun, whimsical, especially the party line. So you're just going to go in, add that orange twist. I also need to remember that some of these inks I was using for a project earlier this weekend. I need to make sure they go back into that pile so I don't forget that I use them. I can't give away too much, but you know. All right, so we've got our 3 inks and we've got our little cups. So I'm going to put these away. And let's see. Let's put all of this to the side. And we'll layer them shortly. But we've got little fruit pieces we've got to put together too. There we go. We'll do a little brief cleanup. There's my spray. Oh, I missed her. There we go. I agree, Jennifer. Her spa colors are delicious. They are so pretty. And it's like, I love that there are designations between the party and the spa lines, because it makes it really easy for anyone to find favorite colors, because some of us may have no use for party inks, some of us may have no use for spa inks. I have use for both of them, and then along with the neutral lines, which are, I love how many shades of brown there are, but super fun ink colors. So I agree with you. All right, so we're gonna let this kind of dry off for just a little bit, and then let's see, I wanted to do just a little bit of ink blending to this little orange piece, because I'm using some Catherine Pooler colored cardstock, and I wanted to keep my cardstock selection kind of consistent. So everything but like one cardstock that I used is Catherine Pooler. And I just wanted to kind of add a little bit to this orange wedge because the Creamsicle color is a little too light for me, and I wanted to give it that orange look. So I'm just going in with the residual orange twist ink that is on my mini blending tool, just to kind of give it a little bit of a different color. All right, and I think I am happy with this. All right, so we're going to keep going. So next what we're going to do is we're going to start putting our little fruit pieces together. So I need some tweezers, and honestly, I'm going to pull this up for now. I might come back to it, so I'm not going to fully put it away. But what we're going to do is sort of put each of these pieces together. And so we're going to have a little orange wedge, we're going to have a lime wedge, and we're going to have a strawberry. And they're going to act just kind of as little, I want to call them embellishments, but what would you call them? Little, what is it? When you put like parsley onto your food, it's like a little, not an accessory, but just embellishment. Something like that. Garnish. That's the word, garnish. I'm like, there is a word and it's food related. I'm just so used to saying embellishment that I'm like, we're going to embellish our cocktails. No, we're going to garnish our cocktails. There we go. All right, so we're going to go in. Garnishes. See, okay. I like when I say it before someone comments it because at least it's like, yes, Justin, you did it on your own. All right, but thank you for your help, Jennifer. I appreciate that. Sorry, I'm just going to kind of get my little orange wedge nicely into place, just like that. And let's see. Let's add a little bit of weight. And then we're going to do our little lime wedge. Our little embellishments to our cocktails. That is, it makes me cackle. It does make me cackle. All right, so we're just going to glue all these little pieces here. Hello, Josie. No worries for being late. Just glad you got on. Oh, rainy and humid. I don't know if I like that. I like when it's rainy and cold out. I'm actually quite a fan of like the once in a while it being rainy and damp. I don't like it all the time, but I like it on occasion because it's like an excuse to like stay in and be cozy, get that good hygge nature going on inside your home. And hygge, for those of us who don't know, I believe it's a Scandinavian term, but it's like basically the art or the practice of like being cozy. And so like I think it's a very important thing. All right, so we're going to go in, we're going to do this little strawberry next. I've got this little thing the little leaf that goes on top. Oh, that's the wrong side of the little leaf that goes on top. It looks like a little leaf star. If you guys ever watched The Land Before Time, the cartoon, they're like delicacy of choice for these little dinosaurs are called tree stars. So it kind of made me think of that. Now, normally, I often would do like a little bit of ink blending with these fruit pieces, but they're so small. I was like, you know what? We're just going to go with some like bold colored cardstocks from Catherine Pooler and put them all together. Gina K had a stamp and die set for it. Interesting. And then Josie just ordered the cocktail set last week. Love this set so much. It's a really good set. It is a really good set. I like it a lot. All right, so I'm going to add all that together. And now we can start sort of putting our cocktails together. So we're going to do 3 cocktails, and we're also going to do something really fun with them. And I was inspired by this idea because actually I got a card in the mail probably maybe close to a year ago at this point, maybe a little bit less. But Meg and Andrew put a card in the mail to me once, and it had a margarita on it. And it's still on my fridge, actually, because I love it so much. And she did something with it that we're going to somewhat do our own spin on today. So I think that'll be fun. So, all right, so I'm just going to kind of go in and add our little cocktail like that. We're going to do our orange, our mango cocktail. No worries, Sherry. Thanks for being here. Better late than never. I'm just happy that you're here. Land Before Time, you mean childhood trauma sold as a family movie? Oh my gosh. I love those movies. But you know what? There's like, I found this out last year because I bought all of them. There are like 14 of them. Because like they came out in like the mid to late 90s. And then like the most recent one came out not super long ago. It might have been like 2016 was the most recent, but I could be wrong. But let me tell you, after you get past the first like 6 or 7 of them, they get a little obscure. Those made-for-TV children cartoon movies are a trip, y'all. All right, so we're gonna get that one nice and situated, and then let's get our little lime margarita all situated. I'm gonna take a drink of water in a second too. And actually, we've been watching, we started the other night rewatching the Toy Story movies because we have not gone to see the new one yet, and we definitely want to. We're thinking maybe we might go this weekend if we have time to. There's 2 movies out right now, and one, of course, everyone's talking about going to see the new Toy Story, and I'm like, well, of course, being the Disney adult that I am, I have to see Toy Story at some point. But then there's also, if you're a fan of RuPaul's Drag Race, there's a movie that came out that's called Stop That Train, and it's like a drag queen led comedy, and I really want to go see that too. Because it's a bunch of contestants from the show, and it's actually like a cinematic movie. So I'm excited to see that at some point. I just don't know which one we're going to see first. So, all right, so we've got our 3 cocktails and our little garnishes. Let's have some fun with some glitter. So what we're going to do is let's put our little garnishes off to the side. So I'm going to keep saying garnishes because I'm really happy that we figured out that word. And when I say we, I mean mostly me. Yeah, so I'm just going to keep saying it. Why not? And then what I'm going to do is we're going to put our little glasses just down like this. And then I'm going to grab my precision glue press. And what we're going to do is we're going to kind of take our glue and just run it alongside the top rim, just like that. So we're going to do that one. We're going to do this one. I just want like a nice, healthy line of glue because I need it to latch onto some chunky glitter. And I was going through my stash earlier, and I'm like, I know I've got glitter that could work. And I found glitter. It wasn't what I thought I had, but it's also it's just a different brand. I thought I owned something else, but I've got some cracked glass glitter. This is Chunky Glitter by Pink and Main. Let me bring it a little closer so you can see it. And it is this gorgeous, sort of crinkly, snowflake looking glitter. And we're going to use that for like a salted rim. So I am going to, let's see what we can do. Just kind of shake it off. Just like that. And then, perfect. Do you see how we have this really fun sort of salted rim with this chunky glitter? And I think it's going to give you the perfect salted effect. And then let's see if I could just kind of, can I just go in with this and just sort of brush it over since it's already down? That would be super convenient. Perfect. Just like that. I agree. You gotta love a salted rim for sure. I've never heard of HR Puffin stuff. I'm gonna Google because now the name intrigued me. Okay, okay. So let's go in here and do one more. Isn't it a fun technique? And like I said, I can't take full responsibility or credit for the idea. I did get a card in the mail a while ago from Megan Andrew that had a technique almost identical to this. I don't know if it was the same type of glitter. Hers might have been a little bit more on the fine side. And honestly, it's whatever you prefer. But it's a really fun effect to just give yourself that salted rim, but also to incorporate glitter, right? I'm a sugar rim girl personally. Hey, you know what? This could be a sugar rim if you wanted it to be. I mean, it's just clear. I like a salted rim. My husband prefers a tahini rim, which is kind of crazy. But you know what? It's not crazy. He just really likes the spice from it. I'm going to try to find a way where I can put this so that I don't have an issue. I need to get another piece of paper, don't I? Let's see. Let's grab that. Yeah, he loves tahinis. He loves that spiciness. So we actually have in our house, we have that where you can make a tahini rim for a margarita glass. And we were doing spicy margaritas the other day with tahini rims, and they were delicious. Expensive, but delicious. All right, so now we're going to take this and just sort of put our excess glitter back in here. Now, any sort of clear iridescent glitter would work out really nicely. But I do think having a chunky glitter is a good thing to have on hand. The other thing is if you had like pops of color, you could squeeze those along the rim and have like that give it kind of like a glazed look. It's super fun. All right. It does look realistic. You guys are so sweet. Thank you so much. Yes, in crafting, they look the same, but at the bar, they taste quite different. Jennifer, you are 1,000% right. Not the same thing at the bar. We're going to take these. Let's put this aside for now. And then let's work on our background. I wanted to do kind of a tropical background. So what we're going to do is there's the layered tropical leaf stencil, and we're going to use this. And we're going to kind of do a monochromatic look with it. So we're going to do yellow tropical leaves. And to me, I think that that's totally fine. So we're going to dress up our background. So what we're going to do, let's talk about how Justin does layered stencils, because maybe you do them different and that is totally fine. So the one thing that we could do, and I usually don't do them this way now that let's see if I could grab our sticky mat. Because I usually don't do stencils on sticky mats. I'm more of a glass mat type of person, but let's try it out. So we're going to put this down into place, just like that. And then, let's see, we should probably make sure I cleaned it off first, because yellow is like the first color that if you didn't clean your brush or you didn't clean your mat, you're going to get cross-contamination. It is a good friend that sends you a cocktail card. Absolutely. I love it. All right. Just kind of wipe it off. Give it a couple seconds to dry. Get some water. There we go. Whew. I could put a little bit more ice in there, but that's okay. Let me know. Are you like, when you get your glass of water, do you need like a bunch of ice? Or are you in like anti-ice person? Because like I need my glass full of ice. And I know I have like one friend in particular that she's always like, no ice at all. Like I can't do ice, hurts my teeth too much. So let me know what your thought is, because I have like mediocre amount of ice in my cup right now. And I feel like I could have put like a little bit more in there. So, all right, so we're going to take our Sunburst panel that's pierced, and we're going to place it onto this, just like that. And if I get frustrated, we're just going to take it off, and Justin's just going to figure it out, because grip mats, I don't know. I like grip mats, but sometimes I don't love them all the time, if that makes sense. There we go. All right, so what I always do is I try to line them up to make sure that like I'm putting them on where there's a little etched marking down here. And that's what I always try to keep in the bottom right corner. So I like to try and put it like this, just like that. I like ice in my water. I need my ice cold. Judy gets it. Oh, and I agree, Jackie. Color glitter would be really cool, cute for like a Kool-Aid Kids card. How fun is that? Nope, just ice, no preference at all. Sherry wants lemon only. Ooh, I do like some lemon once in a while. I think y'all heard me last week when I said that I recently gave up, I gave up my soda. So it's like, I like water. Like, water's great. Water's also water. I'm not someone, though, that, like, does flavored waters. I've tried. It's just, I don't know, not my thing. I'd rather have, like, an iced tea. So anyways, so I'm always kind of experimenting though with things that I can drink that aren't soda. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go over the stencil. Let's try some Limoncello ink, because I just kind of want some subtle leaves. So I'm just going to go in and we're just going to kind of do a solid layer of this Limoncello ink. I have to have all the ice with an iced tea or Coke. Ooh, yes. Water, what is that? Zero, Coke Zero, always at my side. I don't blame you, Michelle. I miss my soda. I do. My husband always laughs because he's like, surely you're not still missing it. And I'm like, I miss it every day. I'm like, every time I go through a drive-through, and it's like, think about it. It's like when you go through a drive-through, like, do you even bother ordering like a combo meal anymore if you're not going to get like a soda? So it's like whenever I hit a McDonald's drive-through, if I do a combo, it's always unsweet iced tea, please. And like, I like my unsweet iced tea. I do. It's just, it's not remotely similar to having a soda. And that's okay. That's what I tell myself at least. Seltzer water is the best. You know what? I kind of have like a love-hate relationship with seltzer waters. Sometimes I love it, sometimes I don't. But I know some people, like seltzers have really kind of been all the rage lately with beverages, especially with the ones that come in a can that are spiked a little bit. Those are nice. Ooh, raspberry iced tea. That sounds delicious. I don't know about y'all. Okay, so here is one thing that I'm drinking because I usually try to stay away from diet things. Just something like if I shouldn't have the sugar, don't have the diet either. But I have been getting Snapple Zero Sugar Peach Tea, and I have really been enjoying it. The only problem is that the cost fluctuates all over the place with it. So like I only like to get it when I can get a 12 pack for like $9.99 or less. Maybe I'll go up to like $11. But there are sometimes I've seen the price go like considerably up, and I'm just like, yeah, we're not doing that. Can't do it. All right, so we're just gonna go in. Make sure that's good. Let's see. I think that's pretty good. All right, so we've got our first leaf layer. Perfect. I think that looks really nice. All right, and then next what we're going to do is we're going to take layer number 2. And like I said, I tried to line everything up. So what I'm going to do, see, I like to use my mat because I feel like it lets me line things up a little bit better, but that's okay. I think this is fine. Oh, that one up there is wonky. See, I like to use my grid mat because I feel like I'm able to more exactly put it into place, but we're in the wild, wild west of crafting over here, y'all. All right, I think we're getting there. See, now I got to concentrate and not talk as much either, which that's also no fun. Y'all know I'm a yapper. At least when you get me going during a live, I just won't stop. All right, I think that's about good. All right, so I've got that, and then we're going to go in with another color of yellow ink, but it's a darker yellow. We're going to go in with Tiara. So I did recently re-ink this, so I'm going to kind of rub the ink into my pad with my brush, and then we're going to really sort of tap it off on the side so I don't get some splotchiness. Team Ice to the rim. Marisha, listen, so I am quite the like when I say I'm a drinker, I'm not talking about alcohol. I pace myself with alcohol, no concerns there, but I'm talking about like regular like beverage with your meal, like ice water, like I used like milk when I was a kid, whatever. Like I go through a couple glasses of water when I'm drinking, and I have like over the years upgraded. I've gone to IKEA and bought their like mug glasses. So I will literally, actually my husband does it mostly. I will take a mug full of ice, like ice to the rim, and then I will put water over it. And it's like, that's what I need because it gets it ice cold and I love it. All right. Now, another thing that you could do with this stencil, if you weren't doing a monochromatic look with it, is you could definitely like do different colors and like have each leaf kind of represent different shades of green. You could do some really fun like ombre effects because tropical leaves are really fun to me. I think tropical leaves are just as fun to blend up as like autumnal leaves. Totally different bracket of colors you're looking at, but like I love those deep blue greens that I feel like tropical leaves really play into. So love that. Hello, Paulina. See, ice cold drink always. Yes, absolutely. We're playing with the layered tropical leaves stencil right now, and I just think that this is really a fun stencil set. I love the Pretty Pink Posh layered stencils. I also think a really fun thing to do with layered stencils is like a rainbow ink blend. I've done that before, and it's just, I think it comes out so pretty. It's like a surefire way. If you have like a favorite rainbow or ombre blend, do an ombre blend over a layered stencil. It's going to take a little bit more ink colors than normal, but it's just stunning. All right. So let's kind of blend that up and remove our stencil. We should have a fun layered stencil effect. And I love that. And I love that it's yellow, but it doesn't look autumnal. It still kind of has that tropical feel to it since we're using tropical products to put everything together. So let's do a little bit of cleanup right now, just because we've got the time while we're crafting together. And I like to try and keep my workspace on the cleaner side as best as possible. Let's clean off the mat first. I don't think I'm going to do any more ink blending. There we go. I have this mister from Spellbinders, and I really do love it, but I think it works best when I'm misting the back of my panels before I heat emboss them. I feel like when it comes to just general cleanup of my work space, I like my sprayer from my Distress product. That's usually easier for cleanup. Ever since insulated water bottles came out, I drink a lot more plain water because it keeps cold. That is so true. It really is. I mean, I kind of love the trend of like everyone needing a water bottle. I was talking to my husband about that a couple weeks ago. And I remember when I was in high school, so we're going back, I hate to admit it, but we won't talk about ages. Probably about 20 years. And I remember when I was like in high school going into college, that Camelback water bottles were a big deal. And those were the ones that had like the straw with the bite top that you had to like bite the straw to order to like open it up so you could actually get the water out of it. Don't love the thought of that now. Don't know how sanitary that may have been in the long run. I don't like when there's like a bunch of parts to, like, I know you can obviously wash them and that makes it better, but it's like, I don't like when like you have to put a bunch of different pieces into the dishwasher because I feel like it's more pieces that could possibly not get cleaned appropriately. So glad that we're kind of away from that and a little bit more simple with our bottles now. I loved Stanley cups. I also had a Yeti tumbler. I still have that. Super fun. As you get older, you have to be more mindful of staying hydrated. I need to make a habit of that every time I'm in the kitchen. I drink a glass of water, plain out of the tap, then Coke Zero at my desk. I love that, Michelle. Yeti for life. I have, okay, so like, do we want to talk about our water cup colors? Because I feel like it's a branch of our personality. So my Yeti is like a good old, like, it's a like a blue green, but it's more blue, but it's like a steel blue of sorts. So like I love that color, like that. And then also like if I had a second choice, I don't know if it's an actual thing, but like a cactus green color would be another color I'd lean into. Those are kind of like my two favorites. But let me know in the comments if you've got a water bottle or a Yeti or a Stanley, what color it is. And if you like, because I feel like it's got to be like part of your personality, you know? It's got to say something about you. And it could just say that you're practical and you just like colors that go with everything. And that's totally okay too. All right, so I'm going to put this away. Let's see. Now, don't forget, all the products for today's live are listed in the comments below. I also have them pinned in the chat in case you wanted to check them out along with those classes that we talked about at the beginning of our live as well. So that's definitely fun. Michelle says, I'm lucky the water at my house is straight out of an artisan well. Ooh, interesting. Okay, okay. Very cool, Michelle. All right, so we're going to go in. Let's also take some of this orange twist ink and put it down onto our glass mat. We're going to cover up our little fruit pieces or put them off to the side. I just use a plain glass. That's okay. Hey, whatever works for you. Whatever works. I use a 9x9 silicone cake pan with 1 inch of water for easy cleanup. For the stencil. Okay, yeah. Super easy, Jackie. That's a great idea. And maybe I should do that during live so you guys don't have to watch me clean, but that's okay. Just trying to keep... Oh, that was a little much. That's okay. All right, so just kind of splatter that. There we go. All right. My Yeti is seafoam, and it matches the magnets for your glass board. I love that, Jennifer. A red Stanley for Michelle, but it was swag from work. Hey, a free Stanley is very much still a Stanley, so I applaud and approve of that. And Sherry, I don't think a white one is boring, especially if you've got a sticker for a little bit of personality. I think that's a lot of fun. All right, just kind of keep cleaning this off. Now, okay, so we've got some splatter going. So we did that orange twist with our leaves. And I think that this, I mean, you could still make an argument that this could look autumnal, but I think a lot is going to determine based off of what you use it with. What I also want to do is I'm going to use one of my favorite overall new Catherine Pooler products, and that's their new shimmer. So we've got their new shimmer, and this is Glitz. Let me bring it a little bit closer so you can see it. So they come in these little drop bottles that you really get quite a bit with. This Glitz is, they're all after their ink. So Catherine Pooler's got, I think, 6 out right now. There is one that's not after one of the inks because there's like a pearl one that's just a good old iridescent. But there's Glitz, there's Lime Rickey, there's Orange Twist, there's Party Dress. Oh Boy was one that we just used last week. That's brand new. And I think Pixie Dust is the other one. So there was a purple. All right. So let's pick this up and then this is going to give a nice amount of shimmer and shine to our card. I'm just thinking out loud a little bit. I need to think about my sentiment banner in a second, so we'll talk about that probably now. So we're going to, cake pan idea came from Simon Hurley. It's really a good idea. Maybe I should get into doing that a little bit more during my live streams just for easier cleanup. I don't know, I don't often, I feel like I don't do stencils too much in live streams, but when I do, I should probably do that. Anyways, all right, so we've got this, and let's see. Let's take our little margarita glasses and see how we're doing, if they've dried yet. They're basically dry. So my thought is that we're going to kind of stack them going up the middle of the card, because we can also stack them off to the side. But spoiler alert, I just used that card layout for something else the other day, and I thought it would be more fun to do them in the center just to give a little bit of variety. Okay, so we're going to go in and let's see. We've got those ready. Let's get paper. Where it was, there it is. I had all of my extra Catherine Pooler cardstock. What color do we want to use for our sentiment? Tisk tisk, what will I do? I have a bunch of scraps because these, there we go. That's what I wanted to get, was good old cotton candy cardstock. I gotta get some more of that. I have to place an order for more Catherine Pooler cardstock probably today or tomorrow because there's a couple colors I ran out of that I definitely need. So let's do we want to do this? Cotton candy? Do you want to do green? We could do like a melon ice. Maybe we'll do melon ice now that I think about it. Do I have melon ice out? Let's see what I got. I'm pretty sure I do. I just didn't grab it in advance. Yeah, I got melon ice. I got quite a bit of melon ice. Lots of melon ice. Guess we're going to use melon ice. All right. So what we're going to do for our sentiments, I'm going to put this off to the side. I've got to grab my Misty. Which Misty you grab? The small one. Just like this. All right. Push my little pin back in. Why that's out so much. There we go. So what we're going to do is we're going to put our this is melon ice paper in here. And then we're going to grab the summer banner greetings. And we're going to do, what are we going to do? Let's do kick back and relax. I think that could be fun. Yeah, let's do that. We'll do kick back and relax. So we're going to put that. We're going to stamp that out. Just like that. And then we're going to go back in with that Lime Rickey ink and stamp it out. Just like this. Green for OG Margarita. Yes, I think it's a good choice. I think that the panel could definitely use a little bit more green. All right, just like that. Yay. Okay, and then we're going to go in. So these banner greetings, I have not realized, are quite a popular selection on the Pink and apologies, on the Pretty Pink Posh website, because there's three variations. There's three die sets. There's 1, 2, and 3 that all work with this. And I was originally going to choose, I think it was a design from set number 1. And where can I find full size Misty? I think I need a new one. Oh, Lori, you can buy those. There's so many places. Some places you're gonna want to think about if there's like an exclusive color that you want, because there's I believe Misty themselves do the regular pink and black. I know Scrapbook.com has the rose quartz color. I don't know if it was exclusive to Tailored Expressions or not, but I know that there's a teal one out there as well. So those are kind of the 4 variations I know, but you can buy them. You can buy them at My Sweet Petunia. You can buy them at scrapbook.com. I'm sure Tailored Expressions also has them. So definitely be sure to check those places out. I have like so many different colored Misties. I have the mini I have in the regular original pink. And then I've got the full size and the rose quartz and the black. And then I've got the big 12 by 12 one as well. And I think that one is black. No, it's pink. It's pink. Anyways, going back. So this is Banner Greetings number 2. And I was originally going to use set number 1, which, but 1 and 3 are sold out. So I was like, oh, well, we're not going to use sold out. We're going to use something that's a little bit more available in case anyone else likes these, because they're really fun. And it also, there are a lot of stamp sets that you can use them with. Paulina has designed quite a bit of them. So this one that we're using right now is the Summer Banner Greetings, but they have them available for many occasions. But right now on the Pretty Pink Posh website, the die set for Banner Greetings number 2 is currently the only one that's available. Now, I don't know if any resale locations, like scrapbook.com, they may have more of other of the 1 and 3 in stock. But regardless, this is what we're doing today. So let me go in. I'm just going to trim this real quick. Just like that. And then we'll do a little bit of die cutting. For my live stream today, I decided to grab my, what was this, rose quartz or my pink scout. This is the exclusive scrapbook.com color. So we're going to use that because I didn't have too much die cutting to do today. And not anything large either. Just keep going in. Just like, all right. And then this is going to be a banner that we're going to be able to kind of fold. And I don't know if I have, I should probably, oh, I have my bone folder. That's what I was going to say. I'm like, I need a bone folder to do this. And sure enough, I've got one right handy that I didn't think was available. So yay. All right. So let's go in, put this back. My parents are coming over for dinner later, just because they haven't been over in a while. So I made a tres leches cake. That's my mom's favorite, so I'm excited to have that. My mom stopped at a butcher and picked up some chicken breasts that have been marinated in like Italian seasoning, so that'll be fun to have for dinner tonight. Yay! If you do have the mini, do you find having the full size useful? Since mostly do A2 cards, so I don't think I need it, but keep adding and removing from shopping carts. And then I will answer that question. And then Paulina says, the banner greeting dies have been so popular, rumor has it a new one is coming in the fall. I'm excited. Yay! I'm not surprised. These are very versatile. I love them. And I wanted to make sure to use what was available, of course. So while I'm getting this ready, let me talk about the Misty. So, you know what? As a card maker, you are right in terms of that the A2 size one, the smaller one. I probably use that the most, but sometimes I do find that it is easier for me to use the one step larger. Now, I will say the 12 by 12 one, I've used it maybe twice. I just got it for Christmas this last year though, and that's because It makes it easy if you want to do like a sort of stamping where you're like moving the paper. I like it for that because it's the largest one out there that I think works really nicely for really any size paper. Um, but that's the only thing I use it for. And is it worth $100 investment for that? I don't know. Good thing I asked for it as a gift. But I do think that the original size is worth it, if I'm going to be honest, because not all cards are A2 sized, so I think it gives you a little bit more versatility. So I would lean towards yes on that. All right, so we've got this little banner. Let's do a little bit of glue just to put it all together. Yep, as Jennifer said, you'll definitely need it if you have stamps that are larger too. That's a good point. So it depends on what you're using, you know. But if you're strictly A2 size, nothing else, then you might not need it. I like the option. I don't want to like get frustrated because I don't have it. So I do have it. I'm very excited for dinner, and then I'm gonna make a salad as well. I have this recipe for balsamic vinegar or balsamic vinaigrette dressing that my mom raves about. So I'm gonna make that for dinner and just do a good old salad too. Always tasty. I'm considering a stamp wheel rather than a full-size stamp platform. I have both sizes of the stamp wheel. I do like them. Actually, what I like with them is they've got that sticky grid in there that you can use for your ink blending, and instead of using one of the grip mats that I did. They work very similarly. All right, so we've got this already. Perfect. I feel like I shouldn't have glued that, but we did. Okay. You want to come over for dinner, Paulina, you are welcome anytime. You just let me know if you're ever in the Chicago area. We will do something delicious. All right, so let's start layering. So what we're going to do is we've got to get our little fruit pieces onto our margaritas. So we're going to start getting those ready. I think I'm going to stack these. I'm going to do the green over the green for sure. So we're going to do, I think, pink, green, orange. And then this is going to go over the green. And the reason that I'm kind of mapping it out is because I want to make sure our embellishments are not all in a row. So we're going to do our strawberry over here, just like that. Mr. Strawberry, you went out of your spot. All right, and then we're going to do our little lime wedge is going to go right here. Just like that. Just kind of off the center, just like it's kind of wedged into the glass. And then we'll do our little mango margarita orange wedge over here. Just like that. Perfect. Okay. So now, let's see. How do I want to stack these? Because I was thinking of doing them. We're not going to make them too wonky. We're going to do them kind of pretty straight up and down. So what we're going to do, we'll do liquid adhesive like that. Line it up. And then we're going to do liquid adhesive. Just like that. Trying my best to push it down. Ooh, maybe I should get tweezers to do that. I don't want to disturb the glitter. And then liquid glue. Just like that. And then let's put our third margarita. And I just put my finger right in it. My goodness. Just no regard. All right. Maybe cut the fruits and slide them on the... You could do that. I like them kind of just right on the rim, but you could definitely make them look wedged on there as well. It's whatever your preference is. All right. So we're going to kind of just right like that. 1, 2, 3, a little stack of margaritas. And then those are going to go, yeah, and they're going to go a little off the card. And you know what? It's just off enough that I'm not worried about it. I think that is super cute. And then we're going to kind of layer that underneath. Ooh, yes. I love that. Okay. But I think I'm going to try to use foam strips. This is going to be kind of an ambitious feat. So let's see what I can do. So my thought is I could take my foam to give these a little lift. And then the glitter comes off a little bit. That's okay. I just want to kind of line this up the best that I can, being very careful. And then trim, just like that. And I probably could have done this before we did glitter, but it's fine. I'm just being very mindful with my hand placement. And this is going to give these some really nice lift. All right, so we're going to just do like that. And I need a little bit more foam strips. These 3mm foam strips by scrapbook.com are such a go-to of mine. Y'all have seen me use them in like almost every card I've done for a live, unless we're doing a single layer. They're one of my favorite things ever. They're a crafty must. All right, let's see. Take off the excess. Oh, yes. All right, we are good. And I did really good putting that one long strip. Oh, I'm happy with that. Let's just kind of peel each off. Just like that. And then what's also going to be really nice about this is that, well, we'll put that back on later. One little jumper. I'll fix it, don't worry. We'll do that at the end. But because this is a burst, I can kind of line this up pretty nicely, because I can make sure that it lines up with the up and down line of the mat, just like that. Oh my goodness, those are so cute. How cute is that? And I know it goes over a little bit. We can put a little bit of foam tape behind it to hold it down, because we're probably going to have to, but isn't that cute? I love how that turns out. We got to fix our one little lime wedge that came off. So add a little bit of glue. And then put that right there. I am going to kind of clamp it down with my reverse tweezers. I just think that it is like a margarita fountain. I think it's so cute. I was originally going to do it that they were kind of on the wonkier side. They were kind of like tiltier. But I was like, you know what? If we can fit them directly up and down, like, let's just do that. All right. And then we're going to do our kickback and relax. Let's do that kind of in the center. I was going to do white, but I think we're good with this color. So let's go in. Let's see, we'll do a little bit of foam tape. Just like that. And then just like this. Yep, perfect. We'll do a little bit of liquid adhesive behind it. And that way it's going to kind of like hug the glass. We'll kind of tuck it under the strawberry. Just like that. You guys, I think we're going to change this though. I think we need one more banner. I think we need to put something right there, and we'll use that. Let's use, do I have some Creamsicle cardstock? I do. Let's do one more banner. Let's do something cute and fun with it. So let's go in. We're going to use the same banner design, but we're going to do another one. So we've got Kick Back and Relax. And then let's do you want to do Happy Summer? What are your thoughts? We could do Happy Summer. I'm going to give 3 options. That's going to be the first one. We could do Let's Hang. No, we've done Let's Hang Out before. Let's do Fun in the Sun. So Happy Summer, Fun in the Sun, or Hello Sunshine. Let me know what your thoughts are for which one that we should do. We're going to add one more sentiment strip to put between the green and the lime and the mango margarita. I think that this is really cute. I love this. And then we're going to add some embellishments. So let me know your thoughts. I'm going to get everything ready, and we're going to do one more. So your options that I said, Hello Sunshine, Happy Summer, or Fun in the Sun. Happy Summer. Jennifer says Happy Summer. And I think I'm going to stamp this in party dress ink. Happy Summer. Ooh, we got 1 Hello Sunshine, 3 Hello Sunshines, 4 Hello Sunshines. Oh, I think Hello Sunshine's in the lead. Did I count right? 1, 2, 3. Oh, now we're tied. Okay, I'm going to do 3 more. If any, we're tied right now. 3 more votes at max. So I see Mary Bauer. You're the last one I'm seeing. Hello Sunshine. Okay, so if I get 1 more Hello Sunshine, that's going to... Ooh, Hello Sunshine with the Starburst. It's Hello Sunshine. All right, we're going to do that. I like that. Hello Sunshine, kick back and relax. How cute. All right, so let's go in. We're going to stamp this out. And I said, let's do it in party dress. I think that'll be okay. Because that's going to tie in a little bit of the strawberry color too. There we go. Ooh, this is fun. I love this. Kind of pivoting because I was like, you know what? We need one more extra thing. And I'm so glad we decided on that. So happy. All right. So we're going to do this. I'm going to put my stamp away. And then let's figure out which sentiment banner we want to make sure if we're going to do the same one, something different. We'll figure it out. And this is Creamsicle Cardstock. I do have the Cardstock selections listed below. I think the only one that I might have missed is our yellow background is Lemon Drop from Gina K Designs. And I think I might have forgot to add that one, but that's okay. All right, so we're going to go in Hello Sunshine. And I was also going to ask y'all about embellishments because I'm going to add some sparkle spots. And I want to get some feedback as to what color we're thinking. I originally pulled silver, but I'm thinking that we could do gold. But I think I've got some other fun colors. I don't want to do multi-colors because that kind of gives me a headache. And that's okay. Let's see. Let's move that off to the side. Die cut this Hello Sunshine. And then pop it out. Oh, that's going to be so cute. And then we can also tuck it behind the lime. Love it. Thank y'all for your help. I think that this is going to be a fantastic sentiment. And we had some strong choices too, because a lot of people, we were real close between Happy Summer and Hello Sunshine. And you know what? There is, so in this new release from Pretty Pink Posh, the sun appears quite a bit. They're in the Summer Bucket editions. There's also a sun shaker die. It's super fun. Clear for just the shine. Gold would blend in more. Well, gold, yeah, gold might. We'll figure it out. I have a lot of options. Lots of options. All right. So I'm going to go in. We're going to kind of fold this down. It's kind of the same but different. Oh, kind of bends differently, I think. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't. It's fine. We love it. Yay for sentiment banner dies too. All right, just kind of push down the pressure. And then kind of got to do it both sides. Just like that. And then we're gonna do that. Pressure is key with adhesive. Well, I'm gonna have to open all that up. It's okay. We're getting there. All right. So now let's put this away. Let's grab a little bit more foam tape. And then we're going to sort of do the same thing as we did before. Do it a little bit over 1/3 of the way in. And then I have a gap in the middle that I can fit the stem between. Just like that. Awesome. And then let's do a little bit of liquid adhesive just in the gap area, just to kind of help secure it. We're going to remove and remove. And then, let's, like I said, tuck it behind the wedge. Just like that. Y'all, that's pretty cute. I like that a lot. I don't think we need a third one down there though, right? Let's get this onto a card base and we'll figure out embellishments. All right, let's get this all adhered. So we're going to put liquid adhesive on the back. Now, because this is a pierced plate, you might have to give it a couple extra seconds of pressure to adhere it nicely. So we're going to do that. Just like this. Just because there's a little bit of added texture on the background because of the piercings. So you really want to make sure to give it a couple extra seconds of pressure. Isn't it fun? You guys are so sweet. Thank you. And I'll show you the options. There are definitely options that we've got for embellishments. All right. There we go. All right, so we've got our little margaritas. And then let me grab my monster of an embellishment tray. I've got one of those. What are these called? Like, I know that there's a name for these trays, but I have one of these. And these are all my Pretty Pink Posh shaker beads and clay slices, but I wanted to do some sparkles. So we're going to do, let's see what I've got. So I had pulled out, I've got these hollow silver ones. So that could be an option. We could do, I've got gold. Those could also be an option. Garnish it, card garnishes. I love it. I don't know if I want to do this, but I'll throw it up as an option. We've got fuchsia, which would work with the, that would work with the strawberry margarita. I'm going to give you two more options. I've got orange. And lastly, let's pull in lime. And I'm kind of thinking orange might be really good to go with. That's going to be my own vote. So I think I'm going to go with the orange option. But unless I get like an overwhelming amount of people who think I should do something else, I definitely am open to suggestions. I just think orange is going to work really nicely on that background. It's not going to be as striking as like pink. The fuchsia color is going to look real bold. I kind of still want it to kind of like ease into that background. So let's see. So let's do, I'm going to set my orange to the side. And we're going to prepare this. You like the orange and the lime. Those are kind of what I'm leaning towards as well, Barbara. I like the orange more than the gold. And definitely I like the gold more than the silver. So let's go in. Let's do those orange embellishments. Orange feels like the best choice. I agree. And I feel like I'm kind of leading us towards there. And I'm right on board with everyone. It's the orange and the lime are really the ones that are the boldest. Or in terms of the colors that I want. All right, so let's do some orange. And so a little bit about how Justin does his embellishments. So I believe with these sparkle spots, there's 3 sizes. And I just like to kind of put them out onto my mat and kind of look through them because I like to work in like the different sizes. I like to kind of keep different sizes close to one another. So I'm just going to we're going to kind of just zigzag them for the card. So I'm going to do, let's do a big orange one down here. And then we'll do like a small one like this. And these are by Trinity Stamps. I love the sparkle spots by Trinity Stamps. They're one of my favorite embellishments. All the colors. All right. And then let's do like a medium-sized one right here. Just like that. And let's do a small one. Just kind of embellish everything. I think these are so cute. Throw in some pink too. Hello, pile of papers. Is that appropriate? I know, and I know you've been so kind to tell us your name before. It always slips my mind. So we're gonna do this, and then let's do that. A little bit right there. Oh, thank you so much. I think this is super fun. And then, thank you so much, Jackie. All right, we're gonna do one last over here, I think. Is that appropriate? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7, I think we're good. All right, and then I got to just do a little bit of cleanup because there's a little bit of excessive adhesive over here. Benita, thank you so much, Benita. All right, you guys, I think we're just about wrapping up. I think we're all kind of on the same page with colors. Orange and green definitely got the most votes, and I am very much in agreement with that. And I love how the orange kind of pops, but it also doesn't take over. But here you guys go. We are all completed with our live stream card today using the new Pretty Pink Posh release. I think this turned out really fun. I love that it's a stack of margaritas. I love all of the colors that we chose. I also think we kind of used the product to our benefit. We used that Sunburst pierced plate so that we could line up our stacked margaritas in almost a perfect row. We also were able to get the margaritas kind of lined up perfectly as well. How fun is this? I think that this turned out really fun. I know it's going to photograph perfectly too. But just a really fun card that is going to look awesome being popped into the mail for a friend. I even didn't like trim off the excess pieces because usually I'm notorious for like wanting to keep my cards like strictly all the overlapping elements inside of that A2 canvas. But I really like how this looks. I think this is super fun. So thank you guys so very much. Like I said, we used that new Summer Cocktails die set. We used the Summer Banner Greetings. We use the Sunburst Pierce Plate. We also use those Banner Greeting dies #2. It's the one that's currently in stock on the website. And then also, I'm really digging how we did that layered tropical leaf stencil for our background. I think it gives just like the perfect subtle vibe while still having a real summery feel to it. So thank you guys so much. Let's switch back to my face for a second. All right, I am back. Actually, if you see over my shoulder, you can see my kit class card. I should bring that a little closer. But anyways, so thank you all so very much for stopping by today and crafting along with me this Saturday. I think that this turned out really fun. I love these colors. It's super summery, and now I'm in the mood for a margarita. Maybe you are too. I will be back. The current plan is I will be going live next week on Saturday, which, of course, for friends that are in the United States, that is the 4th of July. I'm going to also be very transparent for a moment and talk about my personal life. I work in my day job is heating and air conditioning, and we have our first real heat wave is coming through this week. And when their heat wave comes through, there's always a chance that work might get a little crazy. So if work is going to kind of interfere with my live stream at all, if I have to cancel it, I will let you guys know as soon as I am aware. But we're just going to kind of plan on us having some fun crafting time together next Saturday on the 4th. I don't know if it's going to be something patriotic or not. Maybe I'll let red, white, and blue kind of lean into my color palette without it being overwhelmingly a 4th of July card, but we're going to have fun with it, I promise. And I'll keep you guys posted on time. My current plan is 1 o'clock. Also, too, let's just talk for a brief second. As we had discussed, Halloween Wishes, the card event from Scrapbook and Cards Today. If you have not yet checked it out already, I do have that link down in the description for you to check it out. You get a wonderful supply of products that we will be using during the card event, and then we will have exclusive live streams available from myself, Megan Andrew, Kathy Zilski, and then our special guest Jennifer McGuire will be teaching a special mix-up video at the end as well. In addition to the Halloween Wishes set, we've also got our Kindred Stamp Spot On Kit class. If you're looking to get some neon fun inspiration, have questions about ink blending, if you want to learn a little bit about Copic alcohol marker coloring, also if pastes intimidate you, all of those things are things that I go over. The class is about an hour and a half in total. I have everything listed out on the supply list. You also can substitute everything if you wanted for your own things you have on hand. So you don't have to use what I have already, but you do, as part of the $29, get both the stamp set and the layered leopard spot stencil along with access to the kit. So make sure to check those out if you haven't already. I have them linked at the beginning of my live stream description down below. And thank you all so very much for being here today. I love our live streams together. Even though I'm rushing to get everything ready and have it all lined up, I know it's always going to be for fun because we have such a great time. All the products in today's live stream pinned to the chat. I have a supply list also linked in the description below. If you haven't yet, go check out that Pretty Pink Posh release. It is so much fun. And summer just started. You've got a full 3 months ahead of you of summer crafting, so make sure to snag your favorites so that you have fun products to work with all summer long and make your own little cocktail beverages. There's also a really fun cocktail shaker that you can make cocktail drinks as a shaker card, and I love that too. I've got a video on my channel of me using that for the release, and that's really fun. So thank you so much, everybody, for being here. Thank you, Paulina, for making such wonderful products for us to be able to use today, and I am looking forward to seeing you guys next Saturday, weather dependent, that work don't get too crazy, but if work gets crazy, that's a good thing. Thank you all so very much. Have a great rest of your day. I appreciate you all for being here, and I will see you real soon. Goodbye.